इतना डल दिख रहा है। Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody. Shall we wait for another couple of minutes for some more people to join? Just another 2 to 3 minutes and then we will start off. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to today's session on the Bhagavad Gita summary series. So today, as mentioned earlier, we will be discussing on the chapter 1. So before we start, we will have short prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So before we discuss details of the chapter 1, so I would just like to present a brief summary of the setting of Mahabharata. So of course this will be required for the chapter 1, and further of course from chapter 2 we will go more deeper into the philosophy and the conversations between Krishna and Arjuna. So if you, since most of you will be knowing, I would still like to repeat some basic information of this Bhagavad Gita setting. So Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata, Greater India. So earlier the capital of the whole world was Hastinapura. The present New Delhi was the capital of the whole world, and there was one ruler ruling the whole planet. So, in the same uh, dynasty as that of Bharat Maharaj, of which this country earlier the whole planet was named as Bharata Varsha. So today India is described as Bharat. So in the same dynasty, Dhritarashtra and Pandu, they were also born. They both were brothers. And because Dhritarashtra was blind, so Pandu took over the reins of the kingdom and he was ruling. But because of his untimely death, and so now the next question was who will succeed Pandu. So unfortunately, all the five sons of Pandu, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva, they were minors. So therefore, Dhritarashtra becomes the caretaker king. So on behalf of the minor sons of Pandu. So now Dhritarashtra, because he was blind, he could not get the kingdom. So that's where it went to Pandu. Now, because of Pandu's untimely death, it came back to Dhritarashtra as a caretaker king, intermediate position. So now Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, was very much anxious of this position. So he knew that once the Pandavas grow up, then he may have to give back the kingdom to them. So therefore, he was always envious right from the childhood. And all of them, both the sons of Pandu as well as sons of Dhritarashtra, were trained by Dronacharya and mentored by Bhishma Deva. And in fact, Duryodhana had plotted to kill Pandavas many times, and so that they don't come back to claim the kingdom or the throne of Hastinapura. So, but every time the Pandavas escaped because of the help from Krishna, Vidura, and many such personalities. Because Krishna, as the supreme personality of Godhead, he promises in Gita. Later, we will see in the as we go further into the chapters. He says that whenever there is rise of irreligion, so I will come down here, descend on this planet. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chadushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna, he knew. So although externally the reason for the battle of Mahabharata was the fight between the Pandavas and Kauravas, but internally the Shastras explain that Krishna had noticed that there was lot of adharma on this planet, and to reduce the burden of adharma on this planet Earth, this whole war was inevitable. So, and of course, as a matter of duty, how things unfold. So, we all know that how Duryodhana had plotted to invite the Pandavas for a gambling match, and then with the help of Shakuni, they cheated and they won the dice game, and finally sent them for exile. So, and they also knew during the exile, again, Duryodhana made lot of plans to kill them. So, once with a poisonous cake, another time with, setting fire, etc., etc. But every time they escaped. And after exile, Pandavas requested Duryodhana for just 5 villages because as Kshatriyas, they were not supposed to deviate from their rule, from their dharma of ruling. So they only requested for 5 villages, not even trying to get a share in the kingdom. So, but Duryodhana was so greedy, and he had filled with a lot of anger against the Pandavas. He said, "I will not even I will not even give the land as much as the tip of a needle." So that is how he refused the request, and therefore the war was. In fact, even after that, Yudhishthira requested Krishna to go as a messenger and see if this can be avoided. But then Duryodhana refused the peace proposal of Krishna as once again, and therefore the war was inevitable. So now during the war, also even before the war began, the major point of discussion was whose side will Krishna's army support, because Krishna had a fairly large army, and so that was one curiosity everybody had. But because Krishna was related to both the families, so he did not want to take part in the battle. So he announces that I am not going to take part in the battle, and he also gives an offer that I will be on one side and my army on the other. So now Duryodhana does lot of material calculations, and since he knew that Krishna's army is very powerful and Krishna had decided not to fight, so then he thought, what is the use of Krishna coming on my side? So Krishna's army is much better than Krishna, and that too Krishna is decided not to fight. So, therefore, Duryodhana chose Krishna's army based on material calculation, but Arjuna was a devotee and he was happy to have Krishna by his side because he knew that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the Paramatma. So, this is how the devotees work. So, the devotees, Prabhupada explains in different purports to Bhagavad Gita that this is the nature of the world. So, many a time in this world also we see that people want Lakshmi, but they do not want Krishna or Vishnu. So this is exactly the Ravana's mentality. So Ravana wanted Sita, but he didn't want to serve Rama. So Dhritarashtra similarly, he wanted Krishna's army, Krishna's opulence, but he did not want Krishna. But whereas Arjuna, being a devotee, he was happy to choose Krishna on his side. So, therefore, the matter was settled that Krishna will take part in the side of Pandavas without fighting. And this brings to the point where the war was inevitable. With all these efforts, nothing happened. And now they all have assembled, both Pandavas and Kauravas with their respective armies, have assembled in Kurukshetra. And Bhagavad Gita, the very first verse, you will see. So now you may, I think, refer, if you all have copies of Gita, so you can either use that, or I think our in the comment section of this live telecast, you can also see one comment pinned at the top of the chats. So that has the PDF version of all the shlokas and the translations at least. Of course, there is no detailed purport, so but at least translations which you can browse through. So the very first verse. So now, even before we go into the details of the Gita, I would like to tell you all that this first chapter can be seen to understand better. It can be divided into three sections. So section 1 can be named as description of the armies and the blowing of conches. Of course, these titles are all just subjective. You can even come up with a better title, so if you are able to summarize. So the section 1 will comprise of verses from 1 to 19. So this first verse, totally there are 46 verses in the chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita. So in these 46 verses, the section 1, so which can be named as description of armies and the blowing of conches. So this will be from verses 1 to 19. So we can now see the verse 1 to 19 we will see in one stretch, so that you will understand under this title description of armies and blowing of conches how it fits. So in the first verse you will see that Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So basically Dhritarashtra is seated in Hastinapura and the war is happening at Kurukshetra. So, but Dhritarashtra is blind, but Dhritarashtra is supported and assisted by an able assistant in the form of Sanjaya. So, Sanjaya is the disciple of Vyasadeva, and Sanjaya was blessed by Vyasadeva to have a divine vision. So, Sanjaya could see the happenings of Kurukshetra live and describe to Dhritarashtra. So now how is this possible? So today we are able to see with the help of broadcasting technology. So the same thing was available there. So if before all this technology came, probably a century ago, people were doubting that how this is just a story. So but today we are able to telecast a match that is happening in some other country. So this is how Shastras are immaculate, and only thing it requires little bit of faith to understand all these intricacies. So the first verse, so Dhritarashtra is asking that what has happened in a place called Kurukshetra. My sons and the sons of Pandu have assembled. So what is happening there? So, and then second verse onwards, Sanjaya using his divine vision, it is called Divya Chakshusha, using his divine eyes, he describes to Dhritarashtra. So, in fact, Prabhupada makes a very lighter comment here in the first verse itself. So, Dhritarashtra knew that his sons are not on the side of Dharma. So, therefore, he did not just ask Sanjaya that what happened when my sons and sons of Pandu have assembled in Kurukshetra. No, he says Kurukshetra is also a Dharma Kshetra. So now, after having assembled to fight, what will happen? Obviously, fighting will happen. So just like if you ask, after you go to a hotel, what will you do? You will order for food. So it's obvious. So, but then, out of anxiety for the safe well-being of his sons, so they were. He was very much wondering what happened there, and that's what made him ask this question. So the second verse onwards, Sanjaya is describing what is happening as a live relay. So there he describes that King Duryodhana on the side of Kauravas saw how the Pandavas army was arranged, and then he was little bit concerned by the way it was done, and therefore he goes to his uh, teacher Dronacharya, and he speaks the following. So that is the from third verse onwards. So in the second verse itself, you can see that how King Sanjaya said, "O king, after looking over the army gathered by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and began to speak the following words." So now Duryodhana is speaking to Dronacharya. So after seeing the arrangement, military arrangement of army on the side of Pandavas. So on the first statement that Duryodhana says is recorded in the third verse. He says, "O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada." So here you might want to know a little bit of background. So basically, Drishtadyumna is the son of Drupada. So Drupada and Dronacharya. So here, when Duryodhana is telling in this verse, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So he is referring to Drishtadyumna. So Drishtadyumna is the son of Drupada. Now, why is he specifically pointing out at this particular thing? That is because there is a background to it. So earlier, Drupada and Dronacharya were friends. So Drupada belongs to the royal lineage, dynasty, whereas Dronacharya is a poor Brahmana. So in fact, Dronacharya was so poor that he could not even afford to buy milk to his son Ashwatthama. So in near a place called Dehradun, so that is where Ashwatthama was born. Dronacharya's house belonged there. So some of us had been there recently. So the Ashwatthama had prayed to Lord Shiva, seeing the pitiable situation of his father Dronacharya, who could not afford to buy him milk. So coming back to the thing, so because of this kind of a situation, although Dronacharya never took advantage of his friendship with his friend Drupada, but still Drupada, seeing his friend's condition, at one point casually said that if I inherit the kingdom, I'll give you half of my kingdom. So that was the promise that he had made. So later, at a point where he came to power, so Dronacharya, when he went to seek some help, so he didn't even want to claim half of his kingdom. He just wanted to seek some favor. So, but Drupada insulted him very badly. So he did not, consider the friendship or the promise that he had made, and so he had very much insulted him. So that is where, so there was a kind of fighting attitude or kind of a hatred between Drupada and Drona. And of course, the story goes long that how Dronacharya was very determined to teach a lesson to Drupada, and later with the help of Pandavas, with Arjuna and all that, how he got them defeated, and he took away the half of the kingdom by force. So all this had happened, and now it was Drupada's turn to take revenge. So he had done a very special sacrifice, and he had begotten Drishtadyumna. So especially for killing Dronacharya, and Dronacharya knew this, that Drupada has begotten a son with a specific desire of killing me. So still, when Drupada sent forth his son Drishtadyumna for military education to Dronacharya, Dronacharya did not deny. So that is the nature of a Brahmana. So a real Brahmana is the one who will never hesitate to teach whatever he has got with him. Just 1 second. So, this is how the magnanimity of Dronacharya was, that he did not hesitate to even teach the son of Drupada who was bound to kill him. So now, coming back to the thing, this is where Duryodhana is pointing out indirectly to Dronacharya about the mistake that he had done, although he couldn't directly tell. So how he is indirectly telling that, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So means basically is trying to poke at him indirectly, that because you taught Drishtadyumna, see how he has arranged the army now, and we have to fight there. So that is how he does it. So moving on to the verse 4. So then he starts explaining the great fighters on the side of Pandavas. So he says Bhima, Arjuna, Yuyudhana, Virata, Drupada. So I'll just keep moving because of paucity of time. It's already 7:20. So then Drishtaketu, Chekitana, so Kashi Raja, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja, Shaibya. So these are all great personalities who have great history and connection to each one of them, how they joined Pandava side and all that. Mahabharata delineates those details. We will not get into those details. So we are now in the section 1, verses 1 to 19, which is describing both the armies as well as the blowing of conch shells. So and then moving on to the 6th verse. So mighty Udhamanyu, Uttamauja, son of Subhadra and sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. So in these 3 verses, that is the verse 4, 5 and 6, you will see Duryodhana explaining to Dronacharya about the Pandavas army. All the great fighters on the side of Pandavas is being explained by Duryodhana to Dronacharya. And then text 7, he will now tell you, Duryodhana will now start telling about the great fighters on their side, that is on the side of Kauravas. So first of all, then in the moving on to the 8th verse, he says there are personalities like yourself referring to Dronacharya, Bhishma, Karna, Krupacharya, Ashwathama, Vikarna, so like that, so on and so forth. And then in the 9th verse, he says, so there are still so many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. So and all that he explains. So here in the purport, it's Prabhupada also explains that in one sense Duryodhana had knew that he is going to get defeated and all of them are going to die, because he is writing here, he is telling very directly that these are all the great generals and fighters who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. So I'm not even going into the Sanskrit. Actually, because going with Sanskrit and English explanation, it will take about 1.5 hours. So that's why I'm not going. So it says Tyakta Jivitaha. So that is giving up their lives. In the second line of the 9th verse, you can see that. Then finally, after all this, in the 10th verse, he makes a comparative analysis. So just like we have a lot of SWOT analysis and all that, so that is what Duryodhana was doing here. First he mentioned about the great fighters on the side of Pandavas, and now he talked about the great fighters on his side, so Kaurava's side, and then he comes to a conclusion in the 10th verse. What is that conclusion? he says, our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the Pandava's strength is limited because of it being protected by Bhima. So, in this comparative analysis, so this is how the people, this is how it shows the nature of Duryodhana. So he always feels that he is on the right side and they are strong, they'll win. So later in the Gita, in the 16th chapter, probably it is described what is the nature of asuras. So that is actually, if you apply that here, so Duryodhana was trying to think himself as great without understanding the reality. So, and then after describing all this, then in the 11th verse, he strategically wanted to also kind of inspire and encourage Bhishma, because he knew that Bhishma, if he fights, then nobody else can stand in front of him. So in fact, Mahabharata describes that Bhishma is like a big Timingila, and all other fighters on the side of Pandavas were like small fishes. So there is no comparison to the strength of Bhishma. So therefore, after speaking all these things to Dronacharya, now Duryodhana very strategically brings the name of Bhishma. So he says, now all of you must give your full support to Bhishma, standing at your respective strategic points in the phalanx of the army. So he says this in the 11th verse. And then in reciprocation, now when Duryodhana said this about Bhishma, Bhishma also wanted to encourage Duryodhana. So in reply, so he will sound his conch shell very loudly, like a lion. It is described that so that it gives joy to Duryodhana. And then following the blowing of the conch shell of Bhishma in the verse 12, you will see in the verse 13 that conch shells, bugles, trumpets, drums, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and combined sound was tumultuous. That means immediately following the blowing of conch shell of Bhishma, all other generals and great fighters on the side of Kauravas, they all blew their respective conch shells. Before I proceed, since we are doing this session on a YouTube thing, so there might not be any direct opportunity for the participants to ask questions. So I request, if at all you have any questions, any philosophical thing, so you may please post that in the comment section in the chat box. So we will try to cover that before 8 p.m. If we are left with some time. Thank you. So then, after the blowing of conch shells, blowing of conch shells, which was described as tumultuous sound it produced, then on the other hand, Krishna and Arjuna will also now start blowing their conch shells. So first of all, Krishna will blow his conch shell, Panchajanya, and then Arjuna will blow his conch shell, Devadatta, and then Bhima will blow his conch shell, Poundra. So one more explanation that Mahabharata gives is that when Kauravas blew all their conch shells, they blew it together, and the sound was tumultuous, it is described. In the case of Pandavas, each of them blew their conch shells one after the other. Krishna followed by Arjuna, followed by Bhima. So Yudhishthira will blow his conch shell, Ananta Vijaya, then followed by Nakula and Sahadeva, blowing their conch shell, Sugosha and Manipushpaka. So all these conch shells were blown one after the other, but then the effect that it caused when Pandavas blew their conch shells one after the other separately, it is described in the verse 19. In the verse 19, if you see, so the blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious and thus vibrating both in the sky and the earth. It shattered the hearts of sons of Dhritarashtra. So this is the different effect that Mahabharata describes, that when Kauravas blew their conch shells, there was no such shattering of the hearts on the side of Pandavas. So but when Pandavas blew their conch shells, although not together but one after the other, but that created a shattering effect. So it shattered the hearts of the Kauravas, because they were on the side of dharma. So this brings us to the end of the section 1, so we had named it as description of armies and the blowing of conch from verse 1 to 19. So the second section, we can group the verses numbered from 20 to 27, and this can be named as Arjuna observes the army. So Arjuna observes the army, section 2 of chapter 1, and this is verse 20 to 27. So this is the verse 20. So now after both the parties blew their conches, so now again Sanjaya is speaking this. So O king, so that means Sanjaya is referring to Dhritarashtra, who is blind and who is hearing the commentary, live commentary of Sanjaya. So Sanjaya is saying, O king, at that time Arjuna, the son of Pandu, who was seated in his chariot, his flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows, looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra. O king, Arjuna then spoke to Rishikesha these words. So now Arjuna is speaking to Rishikesha. So Rishikesha is referring to Krishna. So Rishika means senses and Isha meaning master. So because Krishna is the master of the senses, he is called as Rishikesha. So Arjuna now speaks to Krishna, and this is being described by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra at Hastinapura. So this is the next verse in the section 2. So now Arjuna Uvacha. So Arjuna is now, so he is now presents, it's a direct speech. So now Arjuna is asking Krishna, can you please draw my chariot in between the two armies, so that let me see who have and all assembled here with the desire to fight. So when Arjuna asks Krishna for this, Krishna being the charioteer, so here again we are not going into much of the philosophy, because Krishna, although Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he agrees to become the charioteer of Arjuna. So that is the nature of Krishna, is a Bhakta Vatsala. So he takes pleasure in serving his pure devotees. So devotees take pleasure in serving Krishna, and Krishna takes pleasure in serving his pure devotees. So that is why Krishna decides to become a charioteer of Arjuna. And now Arjuna, when he asks Krishna to draw the chariot in between the two armies, so that he would like to see who and all were prepared to fight, Krishna will place the chariot at a right point so that Arjuna can see all of them. So in the next two verses, 23 and 24 also, it is the same thing, where Arjuna is telling, let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So and then 24, so Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, being thus addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot. So now Sanjaya is continuing to describe that basis this request of Arjuna. Now Krishna has placed the chariot in between the two armies. So now in the section 25, so verse 25, section 2, in the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all other chieftains of the world, Rishikesha the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus who are assembled here. So although Arjuna was the one who asked for placing the chariot in between the two armies, and Krishna placed it at exactly at a point where Arjuna could clearly see, but further Krishna wanted to incite Arjuna by saying this, just behold all these Kurus who have assembled here. And then in the 26th verse, you can see Arjuna could see his all 10 grades of relatives that is mentioned. So the 10 grades of relatives who were assembled as observed by Arjuna are mentioned as fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, father-in-law and well-wishers. These are the 10 grades of relatives that Arjuna saw who were ready to fight on the battle of Kurukshetra. And the 27th verse, the last verse of the section 2. So when the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and then spoke the following. So this brings us to the section 2, end of section 2, where Arjuna observed the army. So till now we discussed two sections of chapter 1. The first section was description of armies and the blowing of conch, which was from verse 1 to 19. And the section 2 was Arjuna observing the army which was from verses 20 to 27. And now comes the section 3, which can be named as Arjuna's reaction and refusal to fight, or reasons to fight. So this section, the section 3, is from verses 28 to 46. So this is the third section. So now in the first few verses of the third section, where Arjuna is now expressing his reaction after seeing the army on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, especially on the side of Kurus, who were ready to fight against him. So he started experiencing certain symptoms which is unusual of a great personality like Arjuna. So he says, I feel the limbs of my body quivering, my mouth drying up, my body trembling, my hair standing on end, my bow Gandiva. Gandiva is described in Mahabharata as a great bow which never sees any defeat. So whereas here Arjuna is describing my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand. Verse 29 I am reading. And then my skin is burning. And then verse 30 will continue explaining the symptoms upon seeing the army. So, and then he says, I am not able to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. So all these symptoms he says. And then from verse 31 onwards, he will start expressing his refusal to fight. So in the first 3 verses from 28 to 30, he will explain certain symptoms that is happening in his body and mind. And from 31 onwards, he starts refusing to fight. And interestingly, he gives 4 reasons for not fighting. And these 4 reasons can be found in the verses between 31 and from 31 to 46. These 16 verses more or less has these 4 reasons. So one reason he gives is on the grounds of compassion. And the second reason he gives is fear of sin, because of killing so many people and all that. And the third reason he gives is destruction of dynasty. And another reason he gives is no enjoyment. So basically, all these combination of these 4 reasons, you can see this described in all these verses from 31 to 46. So especially in 31, now if you see, he says, I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom or happiness. So basically here in this verse as well as in the next 4 verses together, that is 31 to 35, so he is more or less saying no enjoyment by doing all this fighting and killing my own kinsmen, because generally it's a human tendency that our enjoyment is amplified usually when in the company of our near and dear ones. So Arjuna is giving the same reason, that for whose sake should I fight? Because the very relatives, all the 10 grades of relatives that he observed in section 2, they're all ready to fight. So now if even assuming that I kill all of them, emerge victorious and gain this kingdom, then what enjoyment will I be left with? For whose sake should I fight all this? So that is how he describes in detail in the verses 32 to 35. So and then in the end of 35th verse, he says, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the 3 worlds, let alone this earth. So in other words, there is no enjoyment because of all our 10 grades of relatives on the other side. What is the point in enjoying this kingdom? So that is the first reason that he says. And then in the 36th verse, he will start talking about sin. So this is the second reason that he says, that sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. So here he is using a word called aggressor because Duryodhana had not given them righteously their share of the land. So there are 6 types of aggressors that is mentioned in the Shastras. So one who takes away others' properties, one who kidnaps others' wives, one who administers poison, one who sets fire. So, like this, there are 6 types of aggressors. So, here the Kauravas were considered aggressors because they did not give the land that was righteously supposed to be inherited by the Pandavas. So, but still, Arjuna, being a soft hearted person, so he's still considering that even if we kill such aggressor, still there will be sin. So therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. So, what should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing your own kinsmen? So, here you see a combination of 2 reasons. The first reason, which was explained from 31 to 35 about no happiness in such thing, and in the 36 you will see sin plus no happiness, and then 37 to 38 he says again, he comes back to the reason of sin. So the second reason, that what we talked about, why should we, knowing all this, in the knowledge of the sin, engage in these acts? And then in the 39th verse he quotes the third reason. He is talking about the destruction of the dynasty. So he talks about kulakshaye pranashyati. So by killing all these people, what will happen? Many family traditions and dynasties would be vanished, and many women will lose their husbands, brothers, fathers, sons, and because of this, the rest of the family will not be protected, and because of this, the women, when they are not protected, so then they will be exposed for kind of all kinds of exploitation, and because of that exploitation, that will lead to varna shankara. So that is what he explains in the verses 40 and 41. So the 39, 40 and 41 are all talking about one reason. The third reason we discussed about no happiness as one reason. Second reason we talked about sin, and in one verse there was a combination of sin and no happiness reasoning. So in the 39, 40 and 41 verses, these 3 verses you will see the reasoning as destruction of the dynasty and family traditions. So this is the third reason that he is talking about. As you can see in the 41st verse also, he is talking about when there is increase of unwanted population, the Varna Shankara, a hellish situation is created both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. So and all that, there is no and in that, in such corrupt families there is no offering of oblations of food and water to the ancestors. So all that thing, how it happens, then continues with the 42 also. So 42 also can be grouped under the same reason of destruction of the dynasty. So all kinds of community projects and family welfare will be there. And then finally he concludes that 43 with that same reason of destruction of dynasty, that I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family tradition dwell always in hell. So now this is again a combination of 2 reasons, which is family tradition destruction and sin. So basically he is talking about sin leading to hell. So and then finally, in all these things he will explain 3 reasons. Till now we discussed about no happiness and the fear of sin and going to hell and destruction of family dynasty, and the fourth reason is compassion. So that comes out in a very subtle way. If you read the verses in detail, the Sanskrit, I'll be able to explain. So but now again, due to paucity of time, it's already 7:43. So the compassion is another reason. So Prabhupada explains that Arjuna was not quoting all these reasons not to fight, not because of his lack of strength or lack of ability or lack of confidence. So he was fully confident. So that's how you see the mindset. On one side, Duryodhana is saying these are the people who are ready to lay down their lives for my sake. And here Arjuna is not talking about victory or defeat. He's always talking of victory. That's the confidence that Arjuna had. So he is talking about, if I kill all these people, so we will go to hell. If I kill all these people, what is the use of happiness in this kingdom? So he had 100% confidence, especially because of Krishna being on his side. So, but then being a devotee means he's always compassionate to the other suffering souls. So these are the 4 things that he will say. And then finally, 44th and 45th, he will conclude sort of saying that although they are all prepared to fight, why should we do it? So, and Finally, in 45th, he says, I would consider it better for the sons of Dhritarashtra to kill me unarmed and unresisting rather than fight with them. See what to what level he came. Although he was considering about fighting, he was always confident, but because of his compassionate nature. So this is compassion is also coming out in these two verses of 44 and 45. And finally, in the 46th verse, Sanjaya is concluding through Dhritarashtra that Arjuna is saying, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. So Krishna, Arjuna had risen up from his seat. So when Krishna drew the chariot in between the two armies in the section 2, where Arjuna observes the army. So in the section 3, after Arjuna describes his symptoms and then gives the 3 explicit reasons and the 4th reason of compassion. So now, completely deciding not to fight, he sets aside his bow and sits down on the chariot. Till now he was standing, he was observing, and all these, he was giving all this reasoning to Krishna not to fight. So, but now almost decided not to fight, not almost, he has decided not to fight, set aside his bow and arrows and sat on the chariot, not understanding what to do. So, this is how the chapter 1 comes to an end, and I hope that we got some hint about these 3 sections of chapter. And I hope now if you read this chapter, all the 46 verses together, since I've shared you a document with translation, you will be in a better position to understand and get a overall aerial view, so bird's eyesight into the chapter 1. So of course next week chapter 2, it's 72 verses are there, so we will have to divide it into 2 sections. So only the second chapter and the 18th chapter, we will have 2 sessions for each chapter. Rest all chapters we'll try to cover in 1 session. So I think 45 minutes just goes by like that. So there was so much more to share. So maybe we will try to stick to the basics like this for till we complete the 18 chapters, and then probably see how we can go into detail. So if anybody has any questions, posted on the comment. Otherwise, till now what we heard is a theory, and so it is easy to understand the concept of Gita when we do also some practical devotional service. So this is what Shastras explain, that Prabhupada gives an example in the form of a honey bottle. So if you try to access honey without opening the lid, you will never be able to taste the real honey. So for tasting the real honey, you have to open the lid and then taste it. So similarly, the Gita, when we hear and when we have to understand this thing, it is easy when we also take up some supportive spiritual practices. And one of the easiest spiritual practices that uh, will help us to understand this concept of Gita is by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So probably I think I had not announced about this in the past. So today we will try to chant on the fingers itself. So, but next time onwards, you can all keep a mala with you, and we can chant this 108 times. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes time. So, but this will be very helpful for us, and I request all of you to do this exercise also along with this reading, doing the theory, because theory is like you may understand, you may get a sense of satisfaction. Yes, now I've understood chapter 1 or I have understood chapter 2. So, but then the practical application of that is what is more important, and the application is nothing but chanting. So you may ask now how, when we are reading Gita theory, how chanting is an application. That you will slowly understand. Maybe we will take some more time to read that. So request all of you to not leave, but also chant this one round if you are not in a hurry, because we are still in time. It's now 7:50, and we can end this with this 108 times chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Next time onwards, you can all carry the mala also with you. So So I would request all of you to sit straight as far as possible wherever you are, and you can also uh, close your eyes if possible. And can you just give me the mark? So we will chant 108 times, and I will be chanting it loudly. So you can also be in sync with me. This is the most powerful method of realizing or understanding the import of Gita. So, having that much faith, so let us start. So, please repeat after me the Panchatattva mantra, which is chanted before chanting the Maha Mantra. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So let us chant quickly 108 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. I think I had to rush little faster because of the time. So maybe I think next time we will see that we will keep this time also outside our 1 hour plan, and uh, whoever is willing to join for chanting we can do. So maybe I'll take another 5 minutes since we started 5 minutes late. And of course, if somebody is hard pressed for time, can feel free to leave. So basically, I'll take 1 or 2 questions only, and after that, I think if I'm not able to cover during the week's time, I will connect with people who have asked the questions, and I will try to answer that. So basically, I think one question was how should we apply Gita our day-to-day life? So basically, uh, the answer cannot be told in one phrase or in one statement. So the whole of Gita is nothing but a call for a practical way of living. So, in fact, why did Arjuna ask Krishna to bring the chariot in between the two armies? It could have been in one side, and Arjuna could have asked something. So, but Arjuna made this thing, and then Krishna, uh, whatever instruction is giving to Arjuna, so on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, so indirectly Krishna is using Arjuna, because the Shastras also explain that Arjuna, because of his, on the virtue of his friendship with Krishna, was a great soul. So it is also further described in the second chapter in the next week, when we will see that Arjuna had all this knowledge already, but still he was put into this forgetfulness so that this knowledge of Gita can come out of the lips of Lord Krishna. So Krishna, the entire Gita knowledge is for our practical application, and when we start living our life basis these teachings, then you will see that you will have a lot of changed personality. You will know how to face the adversities, without succumbing to them, and you will understand a different perspective of life altogether. So, which we will understand as we go into the deeper thing. So then somebody is asking why Balarama is not on any side. So there is a very lengthier description for this particular question, that why Balarama did not choose. In fact, when he was asked specifically also, he refused to fight. So Balaram is none other than the Shesha Avatara, so of Lord Sri Krishna himself. So, and it is also told that how, so Rama in the previous avatara, so because he was elder to Lakshmana, so Lakshmana again is the Shesha avatara, Balaram avatara. So, but because of Rama's decision and his polite and calm and mild nature, so they had to undergo all that. So that is why Shesha said in the next incarnation, I will go before you. So that's how Balarama is elder to Krishna. So maybe I will send out an audio explanation in detail, because I think it will take more time to explain that. And Muktaji is asking Guruji 42 42nd verse. So basically, in the 42nd verse, uh, the because of the destroyers of family tradition, all kinds of community projects and family welfare is the. So basically this is the same thing of destruction of dynasty reason given by Arjuna. So when the people of intelligence knowledge are killed, so basically the others who are supposed to be protected, so the women and the children, so now when they are exploited, as we saw in the previous 2 3 verses, that how Varna Shankar unwanted population will be born, and when the unwanted population is born, they will not follow any rules and regulations. They will not offer the pindam prasadam to the ancestors and tarpana and all that. So, and because of this, family traditions will be killed, and they will not be considerate about the welfare activities. They'll be more interested in the sense gratification, means increasing one's own standard of life. So instead of giving out, so all these will break the Sanatana Dharma on which the entire society is based upon. So the leaders will become thieves, they will become blind, and they will try to cheat the public, and public will try to sell their votes, and all these are the after effects of the thing. So if for more details is there, probably again we can connect separately. And so one more last thing, Varna Shankara. Varna Shankara means unwanted population. You can see this thing in all the in the verse 40. In the verse 40, you see when irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Rishni, comes unwanted progeny. So unwanted progeny is called Varna Shankara. So basically, who is referred to as unwanted progeny? That generation or a progeny who will not care for spiritual principles, for dharmic principles, such as in the next one example is given that they destroy, they don't offer oblations of food and water to the ancestors. So and then again, as you asked, 42nd verse, they don't do any welfare projects. So all these are the symptoms of unwanted progeny. In other words, the what we are seeing right now, they are all considered to be unwanted progeny. So I think I have briefly covered. If anything more is there, I do not want to hold up more time. It's already 8:07. Thank you all for joining. Let's connect next week for the first section of first half of chapter 2. Thank you. Hare Krishna.